welcome to our body weight strength class. It's 30 minutes long, so we're going to get started right on time at 5:30. You have the option to show your video or not show your video. Yep, that's all good. Please modify any of the movements. This workout is meant to be challenging for you. You know your body best, so take any modifications you need, and then take any water breaks you need. Just because it's like a 30-minute class doesn't mean you don't need to drink water every 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna warm up by lifting those knees or marching in place or walking in place, however you wanna interpret this move. I'm just kind of lifting my knees slightly out to the side just to get a little more hip opening, but you can bring it straight in front if you like. And let's swing those arms. Getting that blood flowing. It's a very dramatic week. So if you have to take your energy or stress out on something, take it out on an exercise. Take it out on your yoga mat. All right, I'm gonna march it wide. Again, just to get more range of motion in my hips. Now I'm going to bring it in and lift my knees higher. Trying to get my knees to waist height. Going to march it wide again. Okay, let's go into a squat. So getting your feet about shoulder distance apart. Sit your butt back and down. As if there's a very comfortable chair behind you. But then the moment you sit your butt down on that chair, you realize it's not comfortable at all, and you want to stand right back up. You can reach your arms forward, try to keep that chest up, abdominals braced. So by generating movements and heat in our lower body, which is one of our largest muscle groups, it tends to generate heat and get the blood flowing throughout the rest of the body. Let's do about 4 more. Okay, we're gonna go into a lunge. So I'm just gonna sort of turn to the corner here. I have my right leg in front. I'm gonna step my left leg back really nice and long. I'm gonna bend that back leg down towards the floor, probably to about ankle height. Good. And this is our lunge. You want to try to keep the chest up and keep the abs braced for balance. Feel free to have your arms out if you need. Really not any wrong place to put your arms, as long as it keeps you upright. And let's switch. So I'm just kind of angling myself to the side. You can face front the whole time. Your feet are going to be about hip distance apart. They're not on the tightrope. About 8 more. Three, 2, and 1. And just take our feet the widest we can make it. Maybe about 3 times hip width apart, toes and knees turned out to corners, and just kind of shift side to side. You want to put your hands onto a thigh for a little more support you can. Take your time with this. One leg will straighten, the other leg will bend. So this is a nice inner thigh stretch. Good, keep going. Okay, if you're not fully warmed up, no worries. I mean, it's been about 5 minutes. You can continue to take things at your own tempo or pace until you feel much more warm and want to bring up the intensity. We're going to go down to the mat for upper body. All right, so if your chest, shoulder area is not quite warmed up yet, feel free to do push-up on your knees first. Takes away some of the weight from the arms. So this is knee push-ups where I'm on my knees, my butt is over my knees, and I'm bending my elbows to about 90 degrees. My hands are wider than the yoga mat here. So this is one option. Another option is taking my hands more forward, shift my body weight forward. My butt is no longer above my knees, but I'm still on my knees. But this is another option for push-up. A little more work into the upper body, into the arms. A little more of a plank position as well, so more work into the abs. And then the final version is on your toes. So again, we're just warming up the upper body here. So do maybe anywhere from 8 to 10 push-ups. And then we're gonna get right back on our feet. And we're gonna do what's called a burpee, deconstructed. So instead of going as fast and furious, we're really gonna focus on doing it nice and slowly so we can feel all the muscles that are engaged. So standing up top, the first thing you're gonna do in a burpee is to squat down. All right, so you can have your feet, I hit this in the bar already. So you're gonna go into a squat. And then you're gonna put your hands down. And this whole point is that it's gonna be nice and slow. You can either jump or walk back into that plank. So here's my high plank. We're all gonna be in a high plank. Now at this point, if you wanna do push-ups on your knees, drop to your knees, do a push-up. Okay, come off your knees and then walk, feet wide, squats, and stand. All right, you've probably never done burpees this slowly, but that's fine. This is gonna work. Squats, hands down, hands wide, right, because you're gonna do push-ups. If you wanna jump back, I want you to brace your abs already, brace, so that you jump right back into that nice strong plank. Do your push-up, any choice you like. And if you're gonna jump, bend your knees a little bit, lift your butt up, nice soft landing, come into your squats, and then stand. All right, we can do this a little bit faster. We're gonna do 8 total. Feel free to go a little faster, but don't go super fast like you would normally do. Because it's not about however many you can get, it's about feeling each stage of the exercise. Squat, hands down, jump back, brace down, plank, down, up, feet apart, squats, stand. That was 1. So really think about each movement. I'm not too concerned about doing exactly 8, but more about, are you feeling challenged? Challenge here, squat, hands down, brace down, plank, strong push-up. Okay, so we're not resisting the urge to like stand straight up. We're always going through that squat. Remember, you can walk your feet out into the plank and back in from the plank. So I'm going to do 2 more. It's not really deconstructed, it's just slower. Mindful burpees. And then 1 more. Okay, how do we do? Everyone good? All right. Probably never done burpees like that before. Or maybe you have, that's okay. So now we're gonna go into our lunges. So pick a leg, have my right leg in front. Here, we're gonna lunge down, and then we're going to kick the leg, this back leg forward. Kick. So let me show you from the side view. Whenever we do a kick, this is the kickboxing kick. You actually want to chamber by lifting the knees first and then snap the foot out there. Bring it back. Kick. Why are we doing kicks? Because it's a very functional movement. So is a lunge. And, you know, I don't know, it's election day yesterday, we just got to kick some butt here. I don't know whose butt yet. Oh, I just get into the habit of holding fists up when I'm doing kickboxing moves, but you can do whatever you want with your arms, as long as you're maintaining balance. We're gonna do 8 more for 16 total. Same leg, reverse lunge, kick. And you can kick as high as you like or as low as you like. You kick down toward the knees. You kick at head height if your hamstrings are flexible. Don't tear a muscle though. 3, 2, and 1. Good. That standing leg, the one that's not kicking, should be pretty fatigued. Let's do the other side. Heart rate is going to come up a little bit too, because this is a very dynamic motion. We're going from low to high. Lift that knee, snap the ball of the foot out there to strike your target. Lunge. Don't forget about doing the whole lunge. We don't want to just tap the leg back here and kick again. You want to go bend that back knee into that lunge. 8 more. Burn out that front leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm trying to do 16 of everything, 8 times 2. But really it's all about the number that challenges you. So if you want to do fewer than that, that's fine. If you want to do more than that, that's okay. It's whatever you want to do. Now for burpees, I'm not doing 16, I'm doing 8. All right, so let's go back to our deconstructed burpee. And this I'm going to challenge you to add 2 push-ups when you're down there before you come back up, if you want. All right, but everything else is the same. Squat, hands down, brace, 2 push-ups. 1, 2. In. Squat, oops, I almost stood up. Okay. So we're going to be doing 8 times 2 or 16 push-ups by the time we're done with this. And we actually are doing 2 squats, because here's a squat, 2 push-ups, and here's our second squat. So we're getting 16 squats during these 8 burpees. Here's a third. And don't worry too much about the counts. I want you to feel challenged. I want you to feel fatigued. I want you to feel like you push yourself to your limits. It's kind of nice not doing a bunch of push-ups in a row, right? All right, I think I have to do 2 more. But you know me, I'm really, really, really bad at counting. And then the last one. Okay, and if you really hate push-ups and don't want to do them, you don't have to do it. You can go out to the plank and not do a single push-up. All right, get water if you need. We're going to go back into our second set of the lunge. Let's actually change lead legs. We're not always starting the same lead leg. And an additional challenge to this, if you want, earlier we stayed up like this. This time, touch down. Anytime you touch down, you're getting a little lower in the lunge. Yes, your chest comes a little lower, but you don't want to collapse down. I'm just kind of reaching down toward the ground, getting a little lower, and then going to the kick, okay? So from the front, 16, here we go. Touchdown, kick. Touchdown, kick. So big, long stride, stepping back. I'm trying my best to keep my chest up, off my thighs. But I am challenging my front leg a little more when I do this touchdown. It's just an option. You don't have to. You can keep that chest up. Let's do 8 more. And I'm still doing that kick. 7, 6. Feel the difference when you do the touchdown? It's a really quick touchdown. You're not like hanging down there for a very long time. All right, I'll show you the profile view. So switch legs, 16. Make sure you switch legs. Big step back. So if you have a really small step back, it's really hard to reach for the ground. If you have a nice long stride, you're already lower to the ground right away. 8, 7. Woo, I feel it. My front leg is dying. I'm getting so winded. Okay. Legs okay? Legs are tired? Okay. So you're like, yeah, my arms are ready to go. All right, we're gonna do some tricep dips. Think about dips here. This doesn't feel comfortable for everyone's shoulders. So you have the option to do tricep push-ups, which is basically this, okay? So elbows tight, close to the body. Those are the two options. Just trying to give some variety. Fingertips, points. All right, lift the butt, bend the elbows, and lift. This is the basic dip. If you like to add a little more challenge, you can cross the leg over, so now you're sort of a tripod. So you have to work a little harder to not tip over. Okay, so I'm gonna do 8 with one leg up. My butt is lowering because I'm bending my elbows, not because I'm moving my butt. You can keep both feet on the ground. I'm switching now. 16 total, so 8. Oh my gosh. Make sure your fingertips are pointing toward your butt. You don't have to bend a lot. All right, you just bend and straighten, and you should feel your triceps. Okay, we're on the ground, and I don't want to make you get up, so we're going to do some abs right here. So this, we can go between the two exercises really quickly. Open and shut. Oh, option to have your hands in. An option to not extend your legs all the way. Okay, your legs don't have to be straight. Hands can be down here. Let's try 8 more. Keep those abs nice and tight. One more. I'm going to place our hands right behind our butt again for those triceps. Okay, watch here. If you're doing that single leg lift, like this, here's another challenge. Get that leg off the knee. 8, 7, 6. You can do push-ups. 5. Switch it up for 8. You gotta bend it. You gotta bend those elbows. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're back on our butts. Similar exercise, just giving variety. You can do exactly what we just did. You can also do the open, lift, open, lift, open, lift. So as I bring my body up, I bring one leg a little higher, and I clap underneath it. Open. It almost looks like I'm not even bringing the other leg in, which is okay. Trust me, you'll feel it. Even if one leg hangs out there. Make sure your torso is moving. Torso is opening, closing, opening, closing. Oh, definitely lost count because I never started counting. 8, 7, 6, 5. Here's what we did the first round. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so abs tired, arms tired. Let's go back to legs. Side lunges. So here, we did this in the warm-up. You are going to feel it in the inner thigh. Think of this leg as the single leg squats. Okay? All right, I should have my legs too wide. So I have all my weight here. And if you're not sure about your position, do a squat first, move the leg out. Do the squat first, then move the leg out. Okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to keep all the weight on the bent leg and do something with the straight leg. What are we going to do? We're going to lift it. Okay, so we're in our single leg squats. We're going to lift, tap it forward, back to return, back behind me. Forward, side, behind. Forward, side, behind, side, good. And I'm counting, so last set, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So basically for 16 movements, we stayed in an isometric single leg squat. Here, so here, let's squat first. Extend the leg, forward, forward, side, back. Don't go so far forward and so far back that you lose your position, okay? Your hips have a certain range of motion. You can move your leg X amount of distance without disturbing your pelvis. Last 4. Actually, it's probably already 16. Any questions on that one? Okay, so you need to feel it on the non-moving leg. Moving leg is fine. It's actually probably having a ball. Okay, we're going back to upper body. Focus on shoulders. So, in order to work shoulder, we have to be pressing more overhead than in front. And the only way to do that when we don't have weights in our hands is to position our body in a different way. So here's our down dog. And you can bend your knees, hands wide, go into a shoulder. So there's not too many options that you can do for shoulders when you don't have weights other than your body weight. Don't have to bend far, and again, bend those knees if you need. The point is that your arm is at an angle. Your chest is no longer right in front. So see if you can get anywhere from 12 to 16. This is pretty challenging. Let me just check out forms here. Yeah, I know. You're like, I love having my butt in the air for push-up because my coach always tells me to have my butt down. Yes, this is a different kind of push-up. Nice. Nice, Wes. Nice, Megan. Good job. Good job, Andrani. Actually, I can't see your video, but I'm assuming you're doing it right. And Pragya. Different, right? Yeah, so it completely changes the muscles targeted. It's not your chest anymore, it's your shoulders. All right, we're gonna go back to the single leg squat. And if you wanna start with the same leg you did before, you can. I'm gonna start with my opposite. So I'm starting with my right, which is rear left. Here's my squat. Good, so usually I add a sort of second layer of intensity in the next round. So this is the tap that we did. Feel free to do it again. If you want to add a little bonus, you can tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. I personally really don't like counting, but I like to feel it until a certain burn. So you can count this how you like, whether you want to count this in 1 or 2. Basically, I'm tapping and I'm lifting and putting it right back down. Good, but keep in mind that you're extending of time under tension in this leg, okay? So just try to do whatever number you did on that side, do it on the other. Squats, extend. You could do the 4 taps. You could do a tap and lift before you move on. Tap, lift. Now I'm here. So I'm basically under tension for longer. Am I gonna do this for all 16? Yeah, why not? Let's try. Challenge your balance a little bit. Front. By front, I mean is the corner, and then corner. So I'm not to the front wall here, okay? Just to the corner. Just to the corner. This is my last round. And finish. Isometrics. You know, it's a plank. Plank is an isometric. Working all those muscles, even though you're not physically moving. All right, now I know the shoulder exercise is pretty challenging already, but if you want to take it to another level of intensity, you can take a leg off the ground. These are all options, keep in mind, okay? Just options. One is not better than the other. You know what's best for your body. So again, I have my hands a little wider than my shoulders. I'm here in my semi-down dog position, and I'm going to lift the leg for 8. And I'm going to switch. You don't have to lift the leg. You just keep the leg where it was, just like we did in the first round. And notice I didn't say where to put the leg. You can lift it and put it wherever you want. You can keep it bent. You want to do it all the way straight? Be my guest. That's going to be very ambitious. So I'm doing 8 on each leg. Okay, when I'm done with my last one, I'm gonna come out and get on a plank on my elbows. All right, so I'm just gonna wait until I see almost everyone there. Give you another 30 seconds. If you're already ready for the plank, just join me. We'll hold the plank a little longer. So we want our elbows underneath the shoulders. We want our butt about shoulder height. Yep, and we're breathing. We always want to finish with some balance. So it's not enough to just do a bunch of abs. We got to do spine work too. So here's the spine work. Take your arm, reach it towards your toes. That helps to pull your chest off the ground. And we're not hyperextending the neck. Squeeze my shoulder blades, and then I'm going to circle the arms forward to get range of motion in the shoulders. Circle back, lift. When I come forward, I'm lowering toward the ground, but I'm not like, I haven't collapsed. I'm not on the ground. I'm actually very close to the ground, just hovering above it. My muscles are still engaged. Greater lift, less lift. More tension in the muscles around the spine, a little less tension. And again, we're getting range of motion in the shoulders. Now, if it feels like it doesn't feel good to reach towards the top of the head, then reach it to the corners, like to the Y here, and that's it. You can reach to the corners and then back. Don't worry about having to reach straight ahead. All right, let's do about anywhere from 12 to 16. Now, I'm not lifting my legs on purpose so I can really focus on my spine muscles, which are basically the opposite muscle group of my abdominals. Okay? All right, so we're gonna pair this with planks. So we already did a forward plank, so we're gonna do a side plank. And again, on the elbows, let's just give our wrists a little break. Options here. Knee down, both legs straight. Those are your options. Well, actually, here's another option. I guess you can lift the top leg. So anyway, we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. You can have staggered leg or stacked leg or lifted leg. It's about 30 seconds. Really stay strong and lifted out of the elbows. Find your options that work for you. So we have about 10 seconds left. Then we're going to go into the other side. All right, in about 3, 2, 1. Go into the other side. I'm just demonstrating that, but I'm gonna actually turn around so I can face you guys. We have about 15 seconds left. Whatever version you did on the first side, you're gonna do it again. So it's either knees down, staggered feet, stacked feet, lifted leg. 5 more seconds. All right, awesome job. So let's go into our stretch here. We have about a minute left, class. So if you can reach forward and stretch the hamstring and the calves here. If you want to get a little bit into the spine and the obliques, you can take the opposite arm and try to really reach across the body. And that just kind of pulls your body in a little rotation. And if you prefer just to reach same arm, same leg, you can. You can absolutely do that. Let's take the other side here. So either same arm, same leg, pull back, reach across. You just, again, feel it more across the lats, spine, the obliques. Okay. We gotta do our quads. We gotta stretch our quad because all those squats, lunges. I'm feeling the stretch here in the front of my thighs. And switch. I basically fell out of the stretch, so I just said switch. All right, chest stretch for all those push-ups. Reach your arms back and whip it around and then pull it back a little further. Whip, pull back. Whip. A little more dynamic here. You can always go up against the wall if you want a little more leverage. And then let's get a little bit triceps. Because we did use our triceps every time we did push-ups, whether we did the shoulder focused push-ups or the tricep dips or narrow grip push-ups and all those burpees with push-ups. Thank you guys so much for joining me for bodyweight strength. Let me know if you have any questions.